Good morning everyone and welcome to another beautiful day in Attingham Park. We are now on day 5 and the second day of summer. Let's go and have a little look at our fields. Obviously from the last episode, oh look at that, I think we're ready to harvest. How do I jump? This looks, still says growing, so I don't think it's quite ready yet, but we're almost there. This is the oats. Yeah, the last episode, obviously, we finished off with the helper that had been cutting this grass field over here, but they'd messed it right up. So we've got this one to cut. Our tractor is over there. And we also have a little bit of this one to cut as well. You can see that the grass has started to grow back, which is annoying. It makes it a bit harder to see, but you can see that they've left these lines all the way up and down this field. So our first job today is to use this mower and finish off the job. So luckily we haven't had to pay this this worker for doing this job. It's course play, is that what it's called? Yeah, course play. They don't actually charge, which is nice, because that would be a little bit frustrating. So is that working? That's working. And we'll actually get a little bit of extra on this now, won't we? Because we'll be cutting more than just these tracks up and down. So that it will be a little bit of a bonus. But hopefully when we get this helper on the next field, we'll be able to, hopefully the course play works properly this time. I think the problem we were having last time is that it didn't recognise that there was an offset with the equipment. So essentially the tractor was going up and down the same line, but you can see that the mower is obviously out to the one side, so it was missing essentially the tractor's track on each pass. So yeah, we'll get this job done. We should get that done pretty quick. It's definitely not too slow with this bit of kit. And then we'll get the helper onto the second field and we'll start windrowing this. So I think that there's a lot to do today, and we've got a couple of days of nice weather. I thought it was going to be raining, but luckily it looks like it's not going to rain until 2 days time, so we've got a bit of time to get this grass in. But yeah, I think once we've done this, we then got to figure out what on earth we're going to do with all these. Are we going to bale it? Are we going to put it in a forage wagon? We're going to do a bit of both. I think that's probably going to be the one we go with, but we shall see. Right, I will see you when I'm done with these rows.
This is fatal attraction. These are times of crowds of passion. One of us gonna get hurt. Took a shot for the magic, but we're crashing into tragic. One of us gonna get hurt. I would love to see you cry. I would love to shut you out. Baby, I'm the gift that's never given. Whoa, I don't know what else to say to make sure you stay away. Baby, this is war, but no one's winning. Oh, I'm dead serious.
Right, and we are nearly there. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would, to be fair, but still a lot quicker than doing the whole field, that's for sure. But at least now that's all done, and like I say, we've got an extra day's growth out of that on these little strips, so we should have a little bit more than we would have if the helper had actually done the whole field themselves. So I guess that's something. And what I thought we'd do as well is we won't windrow this ourselves. We're going to get the helper on this one to windrow it, because that is going to be a big job. And I think as well, because there's going to be quite a few time lapses today, we are just going to we're not going to have it on plus 15 time scale. We're just going to leave it on plus 5 for now, because we're going to have to, I think there's going to be quite a few times that we're going to need to be time lapsing through this. So let's get this started on this field. Windrowing. It's a tiny windrower for this field. That's it's probably a job that really would take you all day. Where we horseplay. Does that seem right? 3.6. Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? So field 25, that's fine. Around headland passes, let's just go for 4. Generate that, see what it comes up as. Yeah, that's a job and a half, that is. So that's fine. We'll let them do that. First waypoint. Send to first point. Yep. Okay. Hello. Never to be seen again. So I think now what we'll probably do is we'll take this. Actually, we'll just leave the mower here. Can I lower that? No, I don't want to unfold it. Okay, just drop it. So what we'll do, we'll go and get the baler, and we're going to bale this field, and then we'll probably go and hire a wrapper and a trailer, and then at least they can then ferment over by the BGA, and we will wait until they are fully fermented and then sell it. I think it's worth having a decent amount of silage bales to go in there first. I think then for that smaller field, what we might do is use a loading wagon, and we'll just put that straight into the BGA, and then if that gets full, we'll bung that into the silage pit then, rather than baling it. Actually, that's what we're just going to bale these fields. Oh, come on. This thing is so bad. Right, so we want to lower that. It's opening the back. Sounds like a T-Rex, doesn't it? There we go. So there's a decent amount of grass here as well, hay here as well. So hopefully is that going to change to hay? No, it's going to continue as grass, and then I think the next one that'll then come up as hay for the next bale, hopefully. There you go. So it's more grass again. So when we tedded it, what did that do? I thought it was hay. It doesn't say what the fill type is, does it? That's not saying what that is. Well, so we got grass. Well, this year's just going to be grass then, I suppose. Because we can't. We're already windrowing that field now. Yeah, that's picking up. Okay. Grass bales it is. Right, well, we'll razz our way through this. Don't know why the bales always get caught on their way out as well, which is a bit annoying. Probably shouldn't do the headland first, should I? Should probably do that last, because I'm probably going to stick bales right in my way. Anyway, let's go through this field. What are we thinking? How many bales? Put down so far 5 or 6. I'm going to say there's going to be 40 bales from this field, so we'll see. Right, let's speed our way through this, and I'll see you at the other end.
This is fatal attraction. These are times of crowds of passion. One of us
That is a lot of bales. That is a lot more than I thought there was going to be. I haven't been keeping count. We'll do a tally up at the end. Well, that's pretty impressive. Especially for a field that's not a field, hasn't been fertilised, hasn't, you know, isn't a proper field at all. So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought you would have gotten anything like this amount of yield out of it. Remember, there's a fence there this time. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I think if we get those wrapped up, I mean, we're going to make a fortune out of this. The last lot we had, they were just grass bales, weren't they? In the BGA. So we get not fertilizer. What's it called? Digestate. We get digestate out of that, and we also get paid for it. So silage obviously will be even more than grass was. So yeah, we're going to be big bucks when this gets paid off. I can't remember how much it was for those bales. I think, what did we put in? Like something like 12 bales, and it was quite a few thousand, 3,000 or 4,000, something like that. But yeah, this should be pretty good. I'm almost tempted with this to get the loading wagon with that and to bung some of that straight into the BGA, just so that we can make a bit of money from it. That's just turned to hay. It's all just turned to hay. Oh, you absolute mega. See, what causes that? That is really annoying. I am tempted to do a couple of bales off this other field. Just so that we can see if there's any difference between doing hay silage or grass silage. If hay silage is even a thing that you can do, I don't know if it is. Right, I don't think this is going to do a full bale, is it? Yeah, I wonder what the requirements are. Let's just let's jump on it. I wonder if those bits that I cut this morning, I wonder if they are grass. See, that's grass. What was here and then? These are hay. And these that I cut this morning are still grass. It's putting it into like mixed swaths. This is a nightmare. I mean, that swath is that going to be wide enough to be picked up by a loading wagon? That's what that noise was, wasn't it? It was this thing chugging away. I do think then it probably is probably worth just getting that other one cut now so it can dry out as well. We're not far off. Are we going to do it? There is a mod that you can get actually that means you can unload partial bales, which is good because it's a bit annoying when you get stuck with like a 90-some-odd% bale in there. We can just unload this last bale and then we can fold up. Is that going to go bananas now? Come on. harvested. Yep. So I'm going to put this away. Then we'll look in the shop. See what we can buy. Sunflowers in that field are pretty much ready. Not ours though, unfortunately. Easy does it. Watch the posts. Watch the posts. Yeah, that field of wheat is looking pretty good. Which way are you going? Watch the wall. Let's see what. See if that is ready to harvest. Oh, we're gonna have to hire a harvester as well, aren't we? Bloop. So that's still growing. Last phase, and then everything's in its last phase. So there's going to be a hell of a lot of harvesting contracts to be done, which we might be able to make a bit of money out of. A lot of weeds still. The mower did get them in the end though, so that's good. Right, let's have a little look. So first of all, we need a bale wrapper. Be in this 1 minute. Baling technology. See if any of these can do square bales. I can do both. 56 grand. Flipping heck. What's the difference? Heston bale. So that's bigger bale. Is the one that I've got a Heston baler? It's this one, isn't it? I don't know what constitutes a Heston baler. So loading wagon. That does 16 square bales. That one does 14, but it's a lot cheaper. Only 130. See, my tractor only just runs that. Goodness sake. Round baler, 16 bales. That's the same as before, isn't it? Doesn't say what power that one needs. So let's just go with... So one of them puts them upright. Well, we'll just go with the cheaper one. Rent out. If we're renting, I think we should do that. Initial lease, 2,900. Flipping heck. I mean, it looks smart. We're going to need it, aren't we? And then a wrapper, round and square bales. Where did I see that? It's a collector. Oh God, that's going to be hugely expensive as well, isn't it? Does both. Foil colour. It's going to be black. That's, gosh, that is expensive. Well, we're doing it now, aren't we? We are doing it. So let me get down the shop and I'll pick those two up. We'll get them back here and we'll start wrapping those. I know I said I was going to do the mowing as well, but it's a tricky one now because if we start loading up with a loading wagon into one of the silage pits, one, I don't know what happens if you start collecting hay and then it's a trailer full of hay. Can you put that in the silage pit with a load of grass as well? I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. Let's hope we haven't cocked up this grass work again. Because we do not want the same outcome as last time where we put all that work in essentially for diddly zip. So yeah, right, I will be back in a sec when I get to the shops. Oh my days, I tell you what, whenever I have to go to the shop it really does make me regret picking the farm the furthest you can possibly get away from the shop. It takes forever. Luckily we got some fairly modern stuff. I did do like when I first played on this map, I did just kind of vintagey, kind of classic equipment, and my God, did that take a long time. Going at 12 mile an hour. Right, these span danglers. Do we? Neither of these have got a tow hitch, so we can only take them one at a time. I shouldn't have got the trailer now. I should have waited. So it's got all the air wraps in there as well. That's pretty cool. we've got it. Let's get this one back and wrap those bales up. On the home straight. Almost there. So I was just thinking then, I mean, hopefully we get enough money from these bales that it's going to pay for this equipment. Because obviously each one of these, the trailer and the wrapper, was 2,500-ish each. We got $5,000 in just the equipment hire, which I'm really hoping is going to be worth it, but I'm a bit worried now. And also with the other fields, I think we can just leave that windrowed, and that hopefully then will dry out, because obviously we didn't ted or leave the grass out. That turned to hay in the windrows. So I'm hoping the same thing will happen with the bits that are still grass in the other field. But again, this is a bit of a learning curve. Yeah, first things first, let's get these bales wrapped. So we need to... So first of all we need to unload, unpack. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So now do we need to turn it on? Nope, don't do that. Okay. Let's see how this does. It's pretty cool. Has anyone else ever seen wrapped square bales? Or have I? That's pretty satisfying, that is. I like that. Oh, do I have to drop it off as well? Unload square bale. How do I do that on my... Okay. This is going to take a long time. Good God. What have we done? Well, I think we're going to have to turn that... Well, actually we'll leave that on 5 times speed. The passing of the time. I think, yeah, this is going to take absolutely ages. It's a lesson learned. Let's get a round baler with an auto wrapper on the back of it. Far easier. Bloody square bales. Let's watch a few of these, and then we'll do the little time lapse after that. It's cool though. I like the way it'll do both round and square bales. That's pretty cool. And at least now we're putting these down in some sort of order that it's going to be easy to pick up with the trailer as well. Let's have a look from inside. Ah, nice, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And I've never seen one of these in real life, but I presume it must exist. Right, for your sanity, I am going to time lapse through this. So, see you this time next year by the looks of it.
Say you won't let go. I will keep my heart wide open. All I ask of you, baby, keep the fire burning. Come on, keep the fire burning. I keep losing track of time. I'm barely moving. Pick up the pieces left behind. I hold on to them.
Oh my days. What year is it? Is it still 2024? I feel like years have gone past and I've been awake the whole time. That took a long time. And it's not something you can just kind of crack on and just zone out with, really. You've got to keep on unloading these things. I think that's all of them. Good thing is that the worker over there is getting towards the end of their contract as well, which is good. We're just going to get them straight on to cutting that other field. We're going to get this bale wrapper back to the shop, and then we're going to bring back the loading trailer and just get these stored away. Then we can send back the trailer as well then, because we don't want to keep that. I think the longer you keep it, it's all still grass, that is. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait until we collect that anyway. It must be, I think if you leave it out for a day, then it ends up, then it'll turn into hay, as long as the weather's good. That's good. Looks like a real healthy amount anyway, that. So just unload this baler. Then we can fold all this up and we'll get this back to the shop. Get our loading trailer and then get those bales away. So I'll see you back here in a minute. This is time-lapse galore this week. Just busy, busy, busy. I wish I could time-lapse there, actually. You are lucky. So lucky. Right, so our guy here, they finished the job. Lovely job indeed. That's a lot of grass to collect. So I've also just been having a quick look at loading wagons. And, well, I don't think we're going to be able to get one of those today. We can afford it. It's just getting it back in time. I don't think I can do another trip to the shops today because it takes a hell of a long time. So we'll leave that until next time. But what we are going to do now is get this worker, get them started on the grass cutting after the last field. So once that one's done, well, technically that one's already been done once this year. But once that one's done, we've literally just got our crop field to do. And then we've had a harvest off every field so far. So it's pretty cool. So let's put the windrower back to keep things a bit neater now, because half the stuff is just in the field. This is where I wish I had auto drive so that I could just send one of these guys down to the shops. So the mower is in the field still. Look at all these bales. It's ridiculous. Brilliant though. Can you imagine how long it would take to do what I just did in that big field over there? Oh my days, I'd sell up. I'd sell the farm, I think. It's one of those things, I think if you were doing it in real life, it would probably be quite enjoyable. But, right, now. Do this properly this time, if you wouldn't mind. First waypoint, drive course. Just shift this out of their way, because I know what'll happen, they will get stuck. Oh god, I'm strong. Right, leave them to it. Take that off. Don't accidentally lift stuff up. Oh my days. We're back again. It just takes so long. It's ridiculous. They need to build a bridge across that river so I can just get to the I don't even drive the tractor across the river. Actually no, you can't. I have tried that before and my tractor disappeared. We won't be doing that again. But we are back. We have a bale trailer. And I think the capacity of this one is 14 bales. So let's get these loaded up and we can see then how many we've made. My guess, I think I'm going to say 3 trailers. I reckon there's going to be, I think somewhere around 40. Let's get this unpacked. I think if we just drive up to them, yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it, isn't it? No messing around with a front loader here. No sir. Goes on top and then it shifts it back. ID. Oh, not ready. There you go. I don't know how long these take to ferment either. I can't remember whether it's just the one day. Nice. I'll tell you what, that's a hell of a time saver, that is. Okay, so it's 12 bale. Yeah, I reckon between 3 and 4 loads it's just going to take. Hang on. It goes back one more. It is 14. I thought it was. Yeah, I think this is going to lay them flat. I think the other one, the Pro version, stacks them up tall, which I'm not really a fan of, to be honest. Let's fold that away. It's awesome, isn't it? I'm going to stack these on the yard that we've got by the BGA. So let's just check on this guy as we go through. I think first thing tomorrow morning we're going to try tedding it and see if it does actually work after a night. I really couldn't figure out why it was doing that. So I've got a mixture of hay and grass in that field, that's going to cause trouble. The only way that isn't going to cause trouble is if I bale it, and I really don't want to bale this. I really don't want to be baling it. We're going to stack these. I think we're going to stack these along this hedgerow here. So we don't want to go into the... Oh, I could put them into that. They fit in there. That might be handy actually to put them into this barn. Then at least to get them into the BGA, it's a pretty simple task then. So let's straighten this out. I'm hoping, frustratingly, whenever you unload these, the loading arm has to come down. So it's real faff trying to fit it into a barn like this, because one of those posts, I can't see these posts. If we stuck it right up against this edge here and try and get that into the back, I can only go as far as this because now I've got to do that. When it comes through in the next one, let's try and get that out straight. So now I think if we go Y, it's not going to go all the way up, is it? No, that's good. And then we can do that, and then hopefully it will shunt them. If we just brake, it'll push them back. Yeah, like a glove. Like a glove. Nice. Next load. This is the way to do it. What a dream. Jeez, there is so many. So that's 14. That's one trailer load. So I think, yeah, I'll get these loaded up, time lapse through it, and I'll meet you when I'm done. Final bale. So the estimate of between 3 and 4 trailer loads, pretty much bang on. 3.5 trailer loads. That's pretty good. Now, if we get a decent price for these, we should be laughing. But there's a lot of work to be done in these fields tomorrow. I do not know what this guy is doing. I saw on the way over before that it's overlapping again. It's even worse than it was last time. So yeah, it looks like there'll be a bit of extra stuff for me to do again. See that he's just like taking the corner off of that. So each one of those is going to be 2 passes. You just cannot get the help these days, can you? I think that will be a job for tomorrow. Because this has been a long day today. But with a little bit of luck, hopefully a profitable one. We're just going to we'll return this trailer today, just from here. We're going back to the shop to return it. But we'll also just check the status of these bales as well to see how fermented they are already. Because again, oh dear, I think to straighten this up. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly how long it takes for the bales to ferment. Should be good. Just got to get that loading arm this side of the post before. The good thing is we can use the bale spike that we've already got to load these into the VGA. We can do that 2 at a time as well. Go on, off you get. Lovely. So let's return that. Turn, yes, it'd be good if you could buy leased items as like kind of semi-second hand. That'd be quite cool. Does it tell you? Do you have to use this? 20 hours to go. Okay. 19%. So if that's 20%, I'm not even going to try and do the maths actually, I'll make myself look like a fool. We'll leave that. So I think that's going to be it for today. What are we on? We're on 8:30. Putting in the hours today. Whoa! Jeez, that was close. Yeah, I think we're going to leave that for today. A lot more work to be done tomorrow. We've got those 2 fields to be done. We're going to be taking all of that and putting it into the silo, into the silage pit. Get that covered and then that could be fermented. We will need to get a big silage bucket though, which we need to have a look for, because we need to then move it from there into the BGA or into a trailer and off to the animal dealer. We're going to have that field over there that needs to be harvested, and I think if we hire a decent sized piece of kit that's not going to be too big for that, but that is big enough that we can do a couple of contracts as well, I think that is going to be a good plan of action to make a bit of cash. Essentially, it'd probably just make enough cash as well to pay for that equipment, pay for the equipment we've used today as well, which was expensive. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you give the video a like and my channel a subscribe, that would be much appreciated. It all really helps me grow my channel and helps me create this kind of content and more in the future. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it very much. Right, well, thanks again. I'll see you next time.